So it was great meeting you. I know you come with years of experience in the semiconductor industry, and in today's complex geopolitical world, I feel semicon's safety security play a major role for any company. Can you just tell us, what's happening in the global space in this area, the current trends?
Yeah, so semiconductor industry started many years back, right? So that's where the starting happened, and then the software followed. At the beginning, the semiconductor is more on those ability, the form factor to put more processing cores and other things. Safety security was embedded on silicon, like on Intel motherboards and all, right? So the safety was security aspect of that is more on a different cores managing the main SoCs. So I think that technology is now overall is kind of matured enough at a SoC level. But these devices, they're more vulnerable now when interface across the one device with other device over a channels and interfaces. That's where the security vulnerables are more profound. But at SoC level, securities has been, I think, stabilized.
But at least at the embedded space, when the moment you add software into this,
Yeah.
we have three challenges. One is the hardware part that probably you said is stabilized. Then you have the firmware, then you have the application. It makes it's a recipe for disaster, I would say, because people probably test things at the application layer, but then they either ignore or act like they don't know about the firmware part of the game. I think that's where the more of the troubles nowadays happening in critical infrastructure and other things. And suppose, if in India, I can see a lot of people trying to develop products, especially for global market. Right? Now, what is your advice if somebody is trying to develop a product in Indian context? What they should be taking care of? I know your core expertise is software, so and India is known for our software skills. But my observation is people just ignore this part of the game. So, what is your advice?
So I've seen what the evolution, the safety part, security part comes very late in the game, right? So when engineers design mentally that they solve the problem, the moment they hear the requirements, they go and solve, okay, the functionality feature should be like this, and they just go on. And they discover the safety aspects much later in the game, where your design is already built in. So do anything.
It's too late.
Yes, too late. Yeah, and most of the time they discover when the product is actually released, and you get the complaint and you system level testing, all of that. So for the India context that you're asking, I think that's where our opportunity is, because we have a strong software background, and now our government is also pushing for hardware-based manufacturing sector, embracing all of that. So we can, I mean, going on the manufacturing will be at the trail end, because all of Taiwan and everybody, they have been made a good leaps and bounds there. But we can bring in lot of software decisions where the security aspects, not just in the operating system level, but that's a core, which our choice to be the operating system level. But now with AI and other technologies are coming up, you can program your firmware to be intelligent, right? So it's like human body, embedded systems like human body. If you give immunities and you're by observing the pattern, how does the software behaves in certain scenario? Okay, for example, a simple thing is your mobile phone identify you as your owner only by your authentication, your fingerprint or other thing, right? But can you build intelligence in the mobile or device that it understand by the pattern? If you use your mobile phone for a year, does it understand you much more than anything else? Does it build that intelligence that, okay, my boss, owner of my device, uses this way, but now I see a totally different usages. Is that suspicious? So then it can take you down into a different state of security level and will disable you a lot of usages because it doesn't know. And it has to go back to the root first where it started all of this to give that authority. Well, I'm suspicious, I've been hacked, or I don't know. You tell me whether it's good to go on. So those kind of heuristic solutions based on AI modeling. I'm not saying go and talk to AI is too much for embedded system, but you can borrow some of the intelligence, build into the embedded system, and build those products. They'll be much more.
I believe some of these things, practices would be part of your digital portfolio at Hexagon.
Yes.
When you advise your customers.
Yeah. Because in our case, for Hexagon, the innovative product line, the biggest challenge is the security aspect. Because not on the device per se, but our device works in conjunction with the RF signal. So this satellite antenna signal that's coming. that can be jammed, that can be interfered, so your signal can be tampered. Now, am I smart enough to understand that? Can I distinguish same signal, same frequency, but which is good, which is bad from the different actions? So a lot of algorithms we're implementing to make sure that we mitigate and detect and still give you a proper position. Because positioning is such
Even the spoofing game itself, it's evolved a lot. And it is not the
spoofing will make you believe that I'm a real guy and you execute your own arena. So it is very difficult to do that. That's why we develop a UI technology to augment that. Where I may not know it, I'm suspicious, you help me out, and the UI come and say, oh, I think the frequencies look so bad. Can you filter these things, and you submit that? So next time when I execute that, I will know that these ranges are bad ranges in this particular coordinates. I'll ignore that. And so it's very important for a positioning solutions that to be understanding whether I'm been spoofed, I'm been hacked, or I've been jammed. So those kind of things are very important for us.
I think that self-realization itself is more important than anything else.
Exactly. That's why we build that. That's why they know the green technology we're talking is GNSS, resilient integrated technologies. It's about that. It will identify those differences in the signal, not only the sky, but around receiver cards, and it will figure out this algorithm to filter them and give you the best positioning in all scenarios.
Good. I think, it's a happening area. A lot to do, a lot more to discuss. Great meeting you.
Thank you, Shri.
Thanks you. Thanks again. Thank you.